Hello, my friends. This is Eli. Uh, Jambo, familia Angu, karibu kanisani. No, no, karibu kanisani. Karibu in my kwangu. I welcome each and every one of you to my home. Uh, I personally do not celebrate Easter, but I have respect for those of you that do, and so I wish you. I hope whatever you're doing that you are well. I practice something that I call um, a monotheistic Abrahamic faith, which includes both Judaism and Islam. And then a lot of people think that that's a little strange, but I went through a conversion process and converted to Judaism, and I also went through a conversion process and converted to Islam. But I consider myself fully a Jew and fully a Muslim. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I wanted to talk about my dear friend. I consider him a friend. He probably doesn't know anything about me, but Pastor Boxman. I mean, he was saying some things today that really, really had me laughing, and they concerned adventures and Marwa. He claims that the problem was that Marwa had this woman with him and was making so much noise that Ivan had to throw him out. You know, I don't know what that. You want to know something? There's just a level of sleaziness that I just cannot really. It's like I'm so disgusted by that whole situation. I mean, I don't pretend to be any saint or anything. When I was a younger man, I did some things with taking women away from other men, and hell, some men have taken a woman or two away from me. I don't particularly consider it a big deal, but one of the great things about becoming old enough to where you can look back at your life and reflect and ruminate about it is that I consider such behavior to be trashy. And I look at Marwa and I look at that Maria, whoever that Polish lady was. I have a theory about that lady. If you look at her Adam's apple very carefully, I question whether, in fact, that is a woman or, whatever. Please look at pictures of hers. Okay, I have known and I have met men who transitioned over into being women surgically. And there used to be a way of looking at their Adam's apple, and if they had a man's Adam's apple, you could tell that it was a man. They have surgeries that overcome that now, but you can still look and see. And the throat that woman has looks a little bit unusual, But as I was saying previously, that whole situation just stinks. The person that I want to talk about is Pastor Boxman. He has all of the reactors right here. All of the reactors right here. Lama, 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 lama. Lambraska, Lambruski, fire. Burn them every time. Isn't it crazy that Pastor Boxman is attacking reactors when he himself is a reactor? But according to Pastor Boxman, all of the reactors are fake. Well, I just say this. Just about every single prediction and every single time that they have read a situation, even if at first it doesn't seem like they're right, it turns out that they were right. All of them said that, or Modesta and Black Beauty, and a lot of them were kind of suspicious about what was going on when Marwa left, and it turns out that they were right. It turns out that they were right. And as of the things he said about in his earlier videos, that he said about some of their personal lives and some of their personal problems, If a person has the kind of problem that you're discussing, Pastor Boxman, you got to raise your game up. Don't talk about people like that. Don't talk about people's health. Don't talk about people's problems of that kind. It's not right. Man up. Okay, I like you. You're very, very funny. Lama 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 lama. Look, whatever. I will dig you up from the bottom to the top from behind. I will dig you up. I will get into your nest. Whatever, Pastor. People like you probably because you're a very entertaining speaker. People like you because you're very intense. Don't attack women. Have a sense of respect for women. Okay. You have a mother. I'm gonna guess that you might have sisters, aunts, maybe even a daughter. Just like you don't want anybody, saying nasty things about them. Respect them. Women are remarkable beings. They carry humanity underneath their heart, inside of their body, for 9 months. These are creatures that God uses in an incredibly special way. And one of the things we as men owe them is a sense of respect and honor. So please, Pastor Boxman, as much as I like you and as funny as I find you, as entertaining as I find you, please resist the urge to attack these women. Okay, if you have issues with any of them, contact them directly. But don't get on the internet and attack them. It's not funny. I'm pretty disgusted by it. In the same way that I look at the situation involving Marwa and Ivain, and I have to say, I find the whole thing kind of heartbreaking. It's like I have always lived by a rule, okay, and that is that a real man must honor friendship. A real man must be honorable. Work, it is honorable to work. Work, there is dignity in work. Respect your friends because there is honor in respecting friendship. And so any of the people that I ever had a situation in which I may have taken their lady away or whatever, they were acquaintances, and they were acquaintances that I did not like. I would never do that to my friends or to my brothers or whatever. To me, that's just terrible, But I don't know. Normally I'm in a very, very funny mood and everything, but I look at that whole thing and it breaks my heart. I think that Marwa is. I don't know what I think about Marwa at this point. I think that he's a village boy who has had very little contact with the outside world, even though he's done a lot of traveling. And he still thinks like a village boy. Okay. I kind of look at him as a lion, as a sheep wandering around in a group of lions. And it's only a matter of time before other things like what happened to him happen, But anyway, I'm sorry, but I just don't see any humor in the whole thing. I think that it's kind of heartbreaking. I think that it's kind of sad. Pastor Boxman, I like you so much. I think you're a funny man, but I really, really find it heartbreaking that you are choosing to target and insult these women. And if you notice something, most of them aren't even answering. Leave it alone. Find another, you will be great. You will be great on your own. You don't have to attack these women and these other people. As far as Crooked Traveler is concerned, I don't know what his views are about you. But I do know that King of Travel, he even says that he likes you a great deal. So if you have to attack people, don't attack your friends. You know. Anyway, my dear folks, currently I'm at I believe it's 248, 249 or whatever, and if you haven't done so already, please like this video. Please subscribe to to Grandpa's channel. Please go ahead and make a comment and share. And I suddenly see the blessing that I'm experiencing because I am earning my own subscribers by appealing to the people that are watching my videos. It costs you absolutely nothing to subscribe, not one penny. So please subscribe. But at the same time, the relationship that I'm building is in between you and me. No one can come along and say, "Well, I told you to subscribe to him. Please unsubscribe him." That kind of thing is just, yeah. Anyway, I'm not in the humorous mood that I usually am in, and part of it is because, you know, I'm kind of overwhelmed by the holiness of this time of the year. Right now, Pesach, which in English is Passover, is overlapping Ramadan, and just yesterday it was Sabbath, and Friday it was Juma, and there's a holiness about this time of the year that just, and today is Passover. It's like this is a very sacred time of the year. You know, I'll say this: I'm going to allow myself to turn this channel into something in which religion is discussed. My religion is my business. Your religion is your business. But I will say this: there was once a community of Christians called the Ibanites, who were hunted and persecuted and driven out of existence. And in the New Testament, Paul refers to people like them as Judaizers. These were people who were faithful to their Judaism and saw in Christ a great teacher, a prophet, and respected him as such, but who also refused to consider him God, because for a Jew or for a Muslim, considering a man God is blasphemy. Why? We are monotheists. Allahu Akbar, as Muslims say. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. What that means in Hebrew is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord thy God is one. Well, there was a community of Jewish believers who, like Muslims, considered Christ to have been a man who was a prophet and who was a great teacher, and they followed him. And that is the Ebionites. And there's still small community of Christians who feel that way, and that's how they view him. And Jews have no problem, and Muslims have no problems with accepting somebody like him as a great teacher and respecting that. But when you start calling anybody God, you know, for us, for Jews and for Muslims, there's only one God. So that's how I live. That's how I believe. But I'm very, it's like I have the highest regard and respect for Christianity. Christians are incredibly kind people. Christians, if you go to any town, most of the food banks are going to be Christian. Most of the hospitals that are private hospitals are going to be Christians. There are a lot of schools that are Christians. There are a lot of thrift banks that are thrift stores that are Christians. I have nothing but love and respect for Christians. I was once a Seventh-day Adventist, and if I could just reach out to my fellow, the people who were my fellow Seventh-day Adventists, I would tell them embrace what I am calling, Abrahamic monotheism. You'll find that it's really not that different from being a Seventh-day Adventist. I hope I haven't offended anybody. Please, if you like my videos, like I said before, like this video, subscribe to my channel, make a comment and share. And I don't care if you disagree with me. Most people, I don't even care if you say something that you think is insulting. If you call me grandpa, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to smile. I think that being a grandpa is a wonderful thing. But don't be offended if I call you my grandchild, if you call me grandpa. And whatever remark you say, what I'm probably going to, if you make an insulting remark or a bad remark, I'm going to tell you thank you for sharing. Please like and subscribe. And obviously you have commented, so I'm not, One of the wonderful things about being a man of my age is that I simply don't get annoyed at foolishness the way that a younger person would. You know, have a wonderful day, and salam alaikum, shalom alaikum, goodbye.